Hello students, I am Meena Madam. Today we have to continue the second chapter, that is sectors of an economy. The topics that we have to study today are: first one is rising importance of the tertiary sector, second justification of the classification of economic activities into three sectors, that is primary, secondary and tertiary. Third is why do we focus on employment and GDP while we calculate the contribution of any sector in the development of an economy. Fourth is meaning of unemployment and underemployment. And last one is differences between unemployment and underemployment. So let us start with the rising importance of the tertiary sector. In fact, after 2002, tertiary sector has emerged as the most important sector of an economy due to many reasons. Some of the reasons are: first one is, in every developed country, the demand for basic services like education, hospitals, banks, insurance, transportation is rising as income of common people going up. Second is, with the growth of agriculture and industry, the demand of tertiary sector has gone up since the development of agriculture and industries are not possible without the services produced by tertiary sector. Third is, with the increasing level of income, demand for services that provide comfort and luxury are increasing. And last one is that fourth, with the development of technology, many new services are emerged. For example, internet, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And the demand of all these services are at their peak among people and especially young people. Now, the second topic that we have to study is how is classification of economic activities into three sectors, that is primary, secondary and tertiary, helpful for us. There are many reasons. Some of them are when we classified an economy into three sectors, that is primary, secondary and tertiary sector, it is become very helpful. First one is, we don't need to see the whole economy as one unit. We can focus three groups of activities to focus on. Second is, it is easy to find out the relative contribution of each of the sector in the development of an economy. Third is, the changing relative contribution of three sectors also reflects the changing character and level of development of an economy. And last one is, that is fourth, it is easy to identify the problems faced by every sector of an economy in the development process, and the necessary remedial measures can be taken. Here remedial measures means solution. Now, the third topic that we have to study is that why we focus on employment and GDP while we calculate the contribution of any sector in the development of an economy. In fact, every production of goods and services generates employment and income for the factors engaged in the production process. Employment and income are important facts that determine the interest of people. So we focus on respective contribution of the three sectors towards generation of employment and income. Here one question is arises that apart from income and employment opportunities, any other issues are there that should be examined when we calculate the contribution of any sector in the development of an economy? So answer is yes. First one is that information about the productivity level of the sector, since it can be helpful to increase and improve the efficiency of the sector. And second is the distribution of income, since we are not only interested in generation of income, but we also like to see that the income should be distributed among the people equally. As we have seen that in the third stage of economic development in developed countries, there is the domination of tertiary sector, whereas in India, in third stage of economic development, there is the domination of primary sector. Even it contributes only 20% of GDP of India. So here we see that there is the domination of primary sector in the third stage of economic development only in term of employment, and this employment is only under employment. So here we should know what is the meaning of underemployment. In fact, underemployment means a situation in which more than required people are engaged in a work. If a few people are removed out, production will not be affected. It is also called disguised unemployment. For example, if cultivation of 1 hectare of land requires 10 workers, but 15 people are engaged in this work. So here 5 people are underemployed. This situation of underemployment is a critical situation, since due to it the full potential of people can't be utilized. Now we should know what is the difference between unemployment and underemployment. But before that, we should know the meaning of unemployment. So, unemployment is a situation in which people are able and willing to work, but they don't get any job. So now we have to see the differences between unemployment and underemployment. The very first one is whereas in unemployment, people are willing to work and they are able also, but they don't have any job. Whereas in underemployment, people have a job. Second difference is whereas in unemployment, the ability and potential of people are not utilized at all, whereas the ability and potential of people are utilized partially in underemployment. Now answer some question. Very first one is explain the growing importance of the service sector in the Indian economy. Second, for each of the sectors that we came across in this chapter, why should one focus on employment and GDP? Could there be other issues which should be examined, discussed? Third, why should we be worried about underemployment? Fourth, distinguish between open unemployment and disguised unemployment. Fifth, what do you understand by disguised unemployment? Explain with an example. And last one is, do you think the classification of economic activities into primary, secondary, and tertiary is useful? Explain how.